Hey guys, welcome to my second video. The previous video was about how to not structure a marketing agency. This video will cover the topics how to get a framework which helps performance marketers to monitor and understand KPIs. And what will be covered in this video is a basic understanding of especially the Google Ads KPIs, uh, or I use those KPIs because they are very widely covered also in other solutions like Microsoft Ads, like Bing Ads, and Facebook, and Amazon. Like you can always draw the comparison, and those are very easily understandable indicators. You don't have to study statistics to get those kind of indicators. Uh, so we will dig into those indicators in those KPIs, and afterwards we will really try to have this framework um, at your disposal in order not to fall in this trap that you look only in at one solution, like in Google Ads or Microsoft Bing or Facebook, and then you jump to a certain conclusion and you perform actions based on this conclusion. So we really try to avoid this kind of marketing approach and get to this marketing approach where you see the different views, get the data from those different views, and then merge the data based on the framework I will hand you over in this video, on and then to draw your conclusions and perform actions based on those conclusions. The title Standardized Automated Deep Dives. This is like marketing performance slang basically. It's just about that there aren't always different approach by the different marketing teams or the different performance marketers, but that there is this one framework everybody can refer to, and also that the workflows are kind of standardized so that there is comparability between the different clients your marketing agency is managing. So you really get a hang about how well your performance marketing take actions regarding certain problematics or situations. So we'll jump on the first slide, and we'll come directly to the to a app I built um, for like performance marketers. This app is built in R with the R Shiny framework, which I can recommend. And we see here the ultimate goal. So what will happen now is I will click on those round blue buttons basically, and we will get an overview of the existing KPIs in Google, especially in Google Ads, but like I said, also in all the other platforms or solutions. And first of all, we will try to get an understanding that there is a hierarchy between the different KPIs. So this is why I wrote here ultimate goal. And then we have here target ROAS. Oh, let me reload the app because let me jump to facilities because down below the yeah, the table didn't load correctly, but whatever. So ultimate goal, um, the target ROAS comes closest to your ultimate goal. Why? Because with the target ROAS, this kind of bidding strategy, but also KPI from Google Ads, you basically have the return on investment. So how much do you get from $1 you invest in your respective marketing solution? How much do you get out? This is target ROAS, return on ad spend, or let's put it like return on investment, just in basic economic terms. So this is where every every client you have as a marketing agency, this is where you want to get. You do the setup, like you get a new client, you do the setup, you implement all the tags with the tag manager, you get a basic structure in how you work with this client. You get a basic feeling about what the client is trying to sell. You make all the creatives, you try different creatives, you make A/B testing and all that stuff. And then eventually you want to get to the point where you see that you invest $1 and you get $2 back. If you're just one of those marketing agencies who just occupy yourself with looking and monitoring, then we are wrong here. We want to get a we want to get a return on investment for the clients. We want to have a target was. Before that comes value bidding. Value bidding is basically that you want to promote better selling products, meaning that um, maybe you have different uh, you have different prices in your product portfolio as a business, and some prices are higher than others, but the products with the lower prices sell more. So actually, with your 1K of sales of this cheaper product, you do better than pushing the more expensive products. So this comes before target ROAS because you need to have a feeling for what performs best before you get to the point of really looking at how much do you get back. Before that, you have the target CPA. CPA is cost per acquisition. So here it's a kind of a funny picture I always draw. You have like two bidding strategies or KPIs in the section. You have maximize conversions and you have target CPA. And with maximize conversions, you don't really care about your spending. You just want to have as many conversions as possible. With target CPA, on the other hand, you have like the little conservative sister of maximize conversions because there you say, hey, perform your best in a certain limit, in a certain spend range. And so this is better than maximize conversions because you're pushing the AI, you're pushing the algorithm basically to not only get your conversions, but to also mind your spending. And then you have to find the break-even point between pushing your spending as low as possible with the maximize of conversions. Um, Before that, let's cover let's jump dynamic values for now because this I put it in here because it is always or a lot of times forgotten. This is more like technical topic, and let's get to maximize conversions. What I already also mentioned with the two sisters basically, we have target CPA with the conservative little sister, and we have max conversions, the one who goes shopping and spends everything in order just to get as much conversions as possible. For that, you have, of course, to have conversions tracking. You have to have implemented the text correctly, but this is also like more a technical necessity, same as dynamic values. And then we get in the SEO range with your ad rank, or if you want to compare it also like with your website ranking, like the indexing of Google. Just try to draw a conclusion between the necessity of having SEA and SEO here. Um, for that, get a image about your quality of your ads, and well, now here in the end, we are getting more and more technical. We have here ad relevance. This is something which is shown to you in Google Ads, and you just get the information about like how how relevant might the description in your ad, so like your creatives, be for the target audience. And this is covered by how concrete or how specific your phrase matches or like your keywords are made and your descriptions are formulated. And the expected click-through rate is like when you're creating an ad, you get also this information. It's about how how many people might want to click on this ad. And the last part here, let's scroll down here. The landing page experience is up to several points where you also get in the SEO kind of space. It's about how well fitting is the content of your website to the keywords. This is why here it's written broad match. So this again is the relevance kind of how secure is your website. Does it have HTTP or HTTPS? Always recommendable to have HTTPS. How original is your website, and the speed load, like the latency, we would say as IT guys. So yes, this is kind of a basic overview with also technical stuff in there. What I just realized is I didn't put in impressions, and this is certainly missing, and clicks. So uh, well, impressions and clicks, let me cover it just like that. It gives the most basic KPIs where you see how many people just click on your ad or how many people see your ad. But those are so soft KPIs that I really like left it out here, but they shouldn't be forgotten. And if you have like problems with setting up the tags, or you have a third party solution somewhere which doesn't allow you to implement your tags correctly, which happens more often than is good. Um, then you might want to fall back on those very soft indicators like impressions or clicks. Um, I will make like another video where I show how you can even perform with such low quality indicators quite well. So yes, that was basically thinking from the solution, thinking from the outcome, um, how we want to look at a marketing channel. Here again, just like the the whole ladder, basically, from the conversions tracking over the maximize conversions bidding strategy, the target CPA, the value bidding, and in the end, the target ROAS. I will also cover like the other things I have built in this web app, but in another time, in another video. So in order not for this video to get too long, let me cover the second part, the framework part I mentioned earlier. Um, so here we see like this very basic framework, and I would really recommend just writing it down, making screenshots, whatever, discussing about it, or write me a feedback what is missing. But I find it just very helpful to structure the thoughts and not just to jump to conclusions like I mentioned earlier based on one data channel. So let me cover the first part, like independent variables and dependent variables. Those are statistical terms, but they are really easily, you can cross them really easily. Like the independent variables are the given things. It's just you can also say determined variables because they are determined, and the dependent variables adjust depending on your independent variables. So we have this relation between variable R, and variable B, and if you change A, B is gonna change. So this is all about, you have to know about this statistical kind of thinking. And let's jump into the content. Examples for marketeers of independent variables. Well, we have everything in here what determines a target group. We have we have locations, we have the age group, we have the gender, we have what kind of audiences you're using, and here you could um, subset in a uh, lot of under points. Basically, you can subset in the different interests in the in market or interest groups. So there's a lot of potential in here, but those are just the factors which determine how well your impression, your click-through rate, your conversion rate are in the end. This is why I ordered it like that. And what is something what I was always missing from the little experience I have, working experience with marketing agencies, is that there was never taking into consideration that also the actions of your performance marketers are determinable variables. They are independent variables. The way your performance marketers act upon certain specific situations they see every day, they influence, of course, the KPIs. But this is so obvious that it even strikes me that it has, from my experience, it was never put into consideration when creating a dashboard or when creating a report. You never had like just a graphic with a time axis, like the x-axis as time axis, and then on the y-axis the amount of actions, and then as the points in this coordinate system, or in this graph, the points with the tooltips of the description of the actions. And you can do it very easily because there's a change history in Google Ads. You just have to map it. That's all. So this is really the framework I was talking about, and you can expand it endlessly, but just to have this basic idea, to merge all your independent variables from the different um, data sources, and you can merge them. I tried it because they are all have kind of the same KPI framework. And then to look at your merged dependent variables, your KPIs again, and based on that to try and climb the ladder till you reach the target ROAS as KPI or bidding strategy. So this is already about it. I hope this video gave you some inspiration. Um, well, like always, let me know in the comments if you have questions or feedback. I'm happy about everything. And let's see you in the next video.